Okay, all right. Let's just go ahead and let's clap it up here.
For a new year. Let's clap
for a new year, 2026. Yeah, that's right, Boss Lady. Let's go ahead. Let's keep clapping up for that year. Brand new year. You know what? We're going to go ahead and set this off right. So I'm going to go ahead and fade out the music right now. Let's go ahead. Let's fade this out. All right. All right. Let me just make sure. All right, yeah, you know, we have to make sure everything is rocking, everything is locked and loaded here for the brand new year of 2026. Let's clap it up one more time.
Give it
here.
a clap.
We are back up in here. I am the one, Starship Wes, but you know, we always start ladies first, so let's go ahead and just kick it over to the Boss Lady.
What's going on?
Madam Boss Lady in the house. How are you doing this new year?
I'm doing excellent.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And as I've said before, Starship Wes, I am the one. You know, we're going to do something a little bit different. You know, instead of, pettiness, we're always going to be petty. But this time, hey, let's go with the Kingmaker, right? And we're going to talk about that because we're actually going to be talking about our Wolves of Naptown Awards, right? Our Wolves of Naptown Awards. So we're still going to give you a show. So don't think that, all of you just trying to go ahead and tune out right now. No, man. The loyal listeners and viewers of the Wolves of Naptown, we're still going to go ahead and give you a show. And in fact, let's go ahead. Let's do a lap around Naptown right now. Yeah. Lap around Naptown. All right, Boss Lady, I just want to go ahead and see if you were aware of some of these things. If you had any opinion of what's happening here. All right. So the first things first, right? So we had that whole debacle, right, with all the Indiana lawmakers that were trying to redo the congressional maps here in the state of Indiana. Long story short, they were trying to set it to where essentially Republicans, there's nothing but Republicans can be elected here in the state, right? Exactly. So all the, we would have lost Andre Carson, I believe another seat as far as the House of Representatives, but they would have redrawn the map so that essentially, by the time we go to the polls, it's pretty much a sea of Republicans, And the crazy thing is, we're a hardcore Republican state. And I promise y'all, this is not going to be a political show. Okay, we're just taking a little lap around here, but a hardcore Republican state. But a bunch of Republicans stood their ground and said, "Nah, man, this isn't fair."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Go ahead and just clap it up for fairness, right?
Yeah, they were trying to get it in. A year? No, 5 years before it was actually supposed to be done. And of course, good old Trumpy was the one trying to get it in so he can have an advantage for whomever is next. Exactly.
Because there's an election cycle that's coming up this year, and so there's a bunch of, senators and a bunch of, House representatives seats that are on the line right here. And so not just in Indiana, but in other states, they're trying to go ahead and get this redrawn. Now, the people that are for this are saying, hey, Democrats do this all the time, and predominantly blue states, they do this all the time to rig the map so that no Republicans can get seats in those states. But I think I don't know if my mom or somebody's mom, somebody has said that hey, two wrongs don't make a right.
No, and look, don't do what somebody else is telling you to do or what you think. Just do what's right, and you've been doing it the right way. Every 10 years they redraw the maps or according to the census, I think it is. So we're not about to do all that. And we don't even believe you. How about that?
Right. Exactly.
I don't even believe you. So it don't matter what anybody does in any other state because I'm not following that. What I'm saying is you didn't get it in, and I love it. How about that?
I just love the fact that we actually have lawmakers that have a backbone.
Yeah, I didn't think they would.
I didn't think they would. I didn't
think they would, but I'm happy to see that these
Trump was really like, hey, we're getting ready to primary you. And like they're using it as an attack word. Like we're getting ready to go ahead and put money behind people that are in the same party as you, but we're going to put money behind the people that are going to listen to Trump and listen to Braun. Now, I was telling people out here when you was voting last time, if you saw all the advertisements that Governor Braun was doing, the only thing he said was, I'm backed by Trump. That is his entire campaign was, I'm backed by Trump. He talked about border control. Now, my geography isn't very great. But I think we're very, very far away from the southern border in Indiana. You know, so unless you're talking about sending Indiana Guard troops down to the border, it's just like, how does border control really affect us? Unless you're trying to paint the picture that people all the way crossing the border in Texas and all that are running straight to Indiana, you know, and selling your kids drugs and fentanyl and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know, that's the picture they're trying to paint. And I knew that Braun would get elected because all he was saying is, hey, it's backed by Trump, backed by Trump. In fact, there was only one brief period during the last election. The one brief period for like a couple of weeks. This is right when Biden dropped out and Kamala got put in, and then they had their little, you know what I'm saying, their I forget what they're talking about, their debate, right? Mm-hmm. And it appeared that Kamala had won. And so at that point in time, it's like, it was the only time I seen Braun actually run an ad campaign that didn't include Trump. But it's the very second it looked like Trump was back on top, it was back to, hey, I'm backed by Trump. Vote for me. Backed by Trump. You know.
Well, I mean, it works for him because the people who vote for Trump or deal with Trump are easy to be picked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that hard to have them, you know, put the name Trump there, and then they're just going to automatically dive in, which I'm sure, you know, I'm not really a political person. I'm not into it like that, but I'm sure that that's what it's done, like whomever is on top or whatever. Right. So they're using it just because it's, you know, that leverage. But me personally, I don't think it's going to work too much longer because they voted against what he wanted. Exactly. So I'm going to clap it up one more time for that. You know, regardless of what you vote for, regardless of what party, I really think that, you know, it sucks. And, you know, and it was wrong. If you vote this way legally, yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. I know y'all hear that. Yeah, BossLady got like 12 phones going off right now. I'm like, what is that?
We're going to be petty and give a BossLady a moment to go ahead and check that out here.
Okay, I don't even know what it is. Oh my God.
She's trying to figure out which phone it is.
You're petty right now. You're super petty.
We're on the show. We're being petty. Hey, I hit the wrong button too. Hey. Where is it? Yeah, there we go.
Anyway, done.
We done. Okay. All right. So that was last year. You know what I'm saying? Republican lawmakers stood their ground. You know, we'll see what happens in the primary. But it was just like, vote for someone who is going to do work in your state for your state, not someone that's going to do the bidding of somebody else. Mm-hmm. And that's literally who we got right here, right now, is someone who's just doing the bidding for Trump. Do you know that Braun spent taxpayer dollars to build a helipad? I think he lives in Jasper, Indiana. He doesn't live in Indianapolis, right? Which I believe that's where the governor is supposed to live. We have a mansion here for him. So he lives where he's actually from, but he's got like a helipad that was built allegedly with our tax dollars so that he can fly in to the Capitol whenever he wants from his home. You know, this is who we voted in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting too into the political simply because, you know, what do we really, like, I don't know. I just can't get into the political because did he really do that? I mean, for me, the facts have to be first. Did he really do that? But then if he did, like, that's bullcrap, of course. But then is that the standard practice? Like, you can go down a rabbit hole. You really could.
I really doubt that the standard practice is to go ahead and make home improvements like bringing a helipad.
Right, but is it at his home?
Let me go ahead. I'm actually trying to just go ahead and just look this up here. All right. Here, hold up.
Because he bossing if he got a helicopter at the crib.
All right, so this is an article from March 14th of 2025 here. This is the Indiana Capitol Chronicle. Braun family home in Jasper gets $118,000 in security improvements with helipad and a trailer. Right, okay. Oh, yeah, and this is various security improvements paid for by the Indiana Department of Administration. So yes, the helipad, updated fencing and gates, a temporary trailer for his round-the-clock security protection, all which is provided by the Indiana State Police. So yeah, I mean, we're doing a whole lot. I mean, we got a whole house here for you, right here, the governor's house. But no, you want the helipad?
He's not living amongst you commoners,
right? Let's not live amongst the commoners, right? Because you're really only here for power. I mean, that's one of the things he said. You know that a senator makes more than a governor.
Oh, I did not know.
Yes, a senator makes more than a governor. In fact, since I got the computer right here, let's go ahead and look that up here. So, hold up. Let me go ahead on my ass. In fact, hey Siri. Mm-hmm. All right. What is the salary for an Indiana governor?
The annual salary of the governor of Indiana is $134,051 US dollars 2021.
All right, so $134,000. $134,000. That's the yearly salary for a governor. Hey Siri. Mm-hmm. What is the yearly salary for a U.S. senator?
Here's an answer from collegemagazine.com.
So a U.S. senator makes about $174,000 a year. You know what I mean? You're making more as a senator, right? And you could potentially have more power if that's what you want, if you're willing to work through the ranks. But I think this is a plan because it's not just Governor Braun. Like, they're actually going to do this in Florida as well, where I guess Trump is like trying to plant his people in certain states in order to make that state more favorable to the party. That's the plan. Okay. That is the plan. So it's just kind of like, it's just crazy. We're going to get off of that. But I just, this is a lap around Naptown. This is pretty much stuff that affects Naptown. Now, here's something that you may be able to sink your teeth into. So at the beginning of the year, the new SNAP program rules rolled out. Mm-hmm. So now people who are on, benefits on welfare, they can no longer get sugary snacks. You can't get candy, anymore. You can't get soda anymore with your EBT card, your SNAP benefits. How do you feel? I got something I want to say about that, but how do you feel about that, boss lady?
Okay, Trump-a-doodle-doo. I appreciate that. I really do. I feel like if we're giving you money to eat and sustain in your household, you should be eating healthy foods.
Wow.
I believe it.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm glad we went there because I didn't think you was going to say that.
Yeah, I definitely do. I feel like if you're taking my monies, because I'm definitely putting money in on this somehow.
True.
Yeah. True. I don't want you to just be junking it up, messing it up for the healthcare, messing it up for your dental, all that. You junking it out. You should only be able to eat nourishing things to your body.
Now let me ask you this. Cookies. Are you concerned at all with the fact that healthier food is generally significantly more expensive than the junk?
I definitely realize that healthier food is more expensive than the junk, and it goes way further. It actually goes further. If you're eating sustainable broccoli, cauliflower, rice, all that, it's going to go longer in your system than cookies, cakes, and pots.
I mean, okay, so yeah. I get that. But, you're somebody that's got a bunch of kids, especially the single mama, right? Mm-hmm. With a bunch of kids, and you're trying to make this work. Because I haven't heard about any increase in benefits. I just heard that you can no longer spend it on candy and soda.
I agree. What do you need candy for? How is that helping? How is soda helping?
So I get that. Uh-huh. I get that. But when you're poor, that the junk is usually the cheapest, and you can usually go ahead and feed more people with that.
And that's the wrong mindset.
Is that the wrong mindset?
It is. It really is.
Wow. Okay.
I truly believe that. I mean, when you have a square meal, say if you were in a hospital, they're not giving you cookies and cakes and stuff like that. You're in a hospital, so they're trying to get you something that's going to nourish your body.
They got cakes. They got cakes, ice cream.
Cakes, but do they serve that to you as the meal?
No, you're not getting a bag of Cheetos for your day.
For the meal. Okay. Yeah. They serve you a meal. And it's been a minute since I've been in a hospital. I know that it's, they have options for different stuff that's not healthy, but the main meal that they're going to serve you, or a nursing home or a school, it's all going to be something that's nourishing to your body. So yeah, 100% feel like they should have stopped that a long time ago. And I can go down the rabbit hole and say they should make everybody who's receiving benefits have some type of donation toward the benefits, meaning, work toward, something that's going to help in that situation. And this could easily be it.
All right. Let me just go ahead, for those of y'all who really don't know, let me just go ahead and just let y'all know. So what is really banned, I'm looking this up right now. So non-alcoholic drinks with added sweeteners. So soda, energy drinks, right? So no Gatorade, none of that. And sweetened iced tea. Candy. This is items with sweeteners like sugar or honey, including candy bars, drops, candy pieces, unless they need refrigeration like ice cream or have some significant other ingredients like chocolate covered nuts or something like that. So I guess as long as your nuts are covered in chocolate, you can still have that. Pause, whatever. Or if it's a part of some ice cream, you can have that. You know what I'm saying? So if it's swimming, so if it's covered by chocolate or swimming in milk, you can still have your nuts.
Well, it can be dark chocolate. It can be dark chocolate, which is very healthy.
I bet you some of them love that dark chocolate. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my goodness. And also examples of banned items: candy bars, marshmallows. Marshmallows are banned. Fruit strips, popcorn. You can't have popcorn. Soda, and of course Gatorade. We've already talked about that. Now you can still have milk. Oh, thank God, you can still have milk. Oh wow,
that should be banned.
They said milk should be banned too.
Yeah.
Why? Oh my
anyway,
right. Right. And so you can still have sweetened drinks, but it has to be 100% sweetened by fruit, or you can have vegetable juice. Unsweetened tea is cool. 100% fruit juice, and electrolyte drinks like Pedialyte, you can still get that. And honestly, y'all, I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. Pedialyte is actually a lot better than Gatorade, honestly.
Absolutely.
It's a lot better. I would honestly, I forget who told me that, but it was just kind of like, just a cup full. Like, don't chug the whole bottle. It's a cup full. You know what I'm saying? Pedialyte is much better than Gatorade.
But that's somebody told you, or you did some research and definitely found that information out, which is why, anybody who's on, so it should be classes or something to be taken for these people. Like, I can go on all day. I just think it's wrong that they just to go and you wonder why kids are obese and have diabetes.
True.
Their diet is trash.
Facts on all of that. I just feel like that, man, when you're poor, you got to make it work. And I feel like this makes it harder. I just really feel like there's somebody just sitting there, just like some fat motherfucker with a job. Excuse me. I'll bleep that out, Wes. Some fat person here in Indiana, some fat lawmaker that's really sitting there and be like, I can't ever get that, you know what I'm saying, super chocolate fudge, man, because all the poor people are buying it up as soon as they money hit. Let's go ahead and stop them from getting soda. No more soda, no more candy bars. So my fat, you know what I'm saying, hypocritical ass can get in there and get what I want.
No, absolutely
that's not what it is.
No,
for real.
Why do you want to feed your kid all that? If you don't know any better, that's one thing.
All right.
And what I'm assuming is that these people don't know any better. You should not want to feed. You should want to make sure that even if you have to use like frozen entrees, you should always want your child to be able to eat something with greens in it. Some of these kids don't even know a third of the vegetables. They haven't had them. They don't have to have them. Where are they going to get it from? Why would they ever be healthier in the future if they're not forced to do it now?
Hey, man, and look, it's a thing here. Like, I agree with eating healthier. I agree with encouraging families in general, not just the children. It's all families eating healthier so that you can live longer, so that you are healthier to rejoin the workforce, which is what they want people to do. But honestly, that's not a bad thing, to be real. It's not a bad thing. You make more money generally when you go to work than you sit at home getting benefits. My thing is, it's just like you're attacking the poor people.
No.
I really think like this is like, you want your candy and soda, go to work. I feel like that's what it is.
No. Okay. Let's take that then. Let's take it. Okay. Because you're sitting on assistance. You don't have a job.
Right.
Most times they don't have a job. But if they do, they have a minimal job. I understand. These people are deemed poor. I understand that. Mm-hmm. But won't you stay in that same poor mindset if somebody's not forcing you to step to another level? This is the next level. Now you are saying, okay, I haven't had enough. Mm-hmm. You won't let me have my junk. Now I have to go to work. Mm-hmm. Now, when you go to work, you're going to have more money to do something else. Mm-hmm. And if your mindset is to sit up and get something that is sugary and sweet or whatever, even when you make more money, you're going to make poor decisions. This should force you to make better decisions. Why would you want to feed your kids soda over something that is more beneficial to their body? It's not attacking poor people. It's making better decisions, because the difference between having a can of soda and having apple juice, the price difference may be 20 or 30 cents. You won't know that because you're not going to explore it. You've been getting the pouches of sugar. You could easily make a better decision, because most people now, I've noticed, like water better. I don't even at the salon, I don't sell nowhere near as many sodas as I do water. It's a mindset. Nobody's introducing it, so you won't explore it. That's my opinion.
So, all right. So let's kick the can down the road a little bit further. So So this is a healthier option. You no longer have the option to get some of these other unhealthy products. Okay, fine. Now you have to make better decisions. What if you are in a scenario to where you don't have transportation and you live pretty much in a food desert? You know what I mean? Normally, the only thing that is available is that, corner store that you're probably not going to get, fresh vegetables and broccoli. You getting pretty much everything you find in the gas station. You know what I'm saying? Fried. If there's food, it's fried. You know what I mean? You got sodas, you got, smoothie machines, not smoothies, Slurpee machines. You know what I'm saying? The water is probably not even healthy if you get water, unless you buy it out the, soda. What does that person do then? Because now it's like, okay, I don't have access to these healthier items and I don't have transportation to go to get it. I'm still poor. What now?
So that person who doesn't have access to healthier options, guaranteed, even if they're sitting at home all day, guaranteed they're going to find recreational issues that they can find a way to get to. So are you sitting at home for 30 days or are you going to find entertainment? Do you go to the movies? Do you go wherever? You find a way to get what you want. You're not going to find a way to get what you need. Hey. So BS on that. It's a flag on the play, ref.
OnlyFans. Hey man, get some recreational.
Okay, if that's the case, you shouldn't be on assistance anyway.
Shoot. Hey man, on the late night.
But my point is that if you can find a way, we've been coddled in this community or in this world in the United States anyway. We've been coddled. If you can find a way to go to get your groceries, say you take a Lyft or Uber once a month when you get your benefits, then make the healthy choices. Then you should not, even if you have to run and buy something, I feel like you should still be making healthier choices. I'm glad they cut it out. I wish I would have thought of it myself. It had influence. I just feel like if you don't start now, if you're on assistance today and you don't start now trying to make better choices, when is the assistance going to stop? You will never have a reason to stop trying to get assistance if you're not forced to make better decisions.
Right. I got you.
And just on the note of being poor, if you have a poor mindset, then that's exactly how you're going to think. You will never get off assistance.
Right. So this is what I'll say. I mean, definitely you're correct as far as that poor mindset. Really, you should not just stay on assistance. Assistance is just that, to assist you to get from point A to point B in your life and in your finances so you can go ahead and stand on your own. Right. But a lot of us, and especially a lot of us black folks, I'm sorry to put us out there like that, we've kind of learned the system to where we can go ahead and get everything we need without actually having to get a job. You got enough kids to get enough benefits. You got this. I only say all of that to this, that you're all right. Honestly, you are better off by getting up, finding something to do as far as getting a job, finding a career, making more money. You're going to make more money working than you are sitting getting benefits. I mean, that's just facts.
Exactly. So you can have a generational thing, and trust me, it's not black folks, it's mostly white folks, because it's more white people in the country than there is black. How could it be more blacks on the system?
I'll only say the black folks. I say the black folks as far as we usually know how to work the system in order that we can survive and thrive. She is absolutely correct. Boss, so you're absolutely correct that there are more, non-black folks, white people and whatnot, what I'm saying, that
absolutely. Out there. And I really truly just feel like if you have the means, or when will you have the means to think to get off the system? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if this is a kick, and it sounds like I'm against, this is against, poor people or black people or whatever you want to say. It's not. It should be a point where you say, I don't want to be on assistance. You want to be self-sustaining. You want to be able to get out here and live your real life. Because right now, you're under somebody else's rules. So, yeah, make this whole rabbit hole as deep as you want. But honestly, I truly feel like nobody should ever be on it for so long. It should be even harsher rules for them to be able to be on the system less. I just don't like the fact that, we sit on here and claim that, it's because I don't have money. You don't have a desire to do better. And so somebody needs to show you a better way. Like, if that's the case, it's like generations of people who, all you have to do is jump on welfare, have 50, 11 babies. And No, do better.
Right. No, I got you.
Yeah, do better.
got you.
I mean, I know it seems like an attack on poor people, but I truly think that you're poor for a reason and you need to get rid of that mindset and do better.
All right. We're going to go ahead. We'll wrap that up right here. You know what I'm saying? A lap around Naptown. We may do another lap here on the next show here, but I just wanted to go ahead and just, these are the issues that are, you know what I'm saying, that Naptown just got out of, you know what I'm saying, as far as the redrawing of the maps. That was pretty much closing out 2025. And then, of course, the beginning of the year, we have the snap thing that everybody's kind of working through right now. So, hey, Boss Lady says, hey, man, this is good. You better stop eating candy. Stop eating soda or drinking soda. Go ahead and get you some broccoli.
That's
what I'm saying, and some coconut water. You know what I mean, and ration that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't heard any increase in your benefits, but it's going to be increasing your food bill. So hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, eat better, lose more weight.
Go get a job.
Eat less. Go get a job.
Yeah,
right?
Don't
go
be lazy like all the rest of us have to do. Why are you sitting on assistance for years? Impossible. Come on now.
Oh my goodness. All right. So we're going to go ahead. We'll clap it up right there. You know what I'm saying? And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and show you some of the award winners here from our Wolves of Naptown Awards 2025. We'll show that right here.
Biggest supporter of 2025, DJ Twist Money, episode 73. He's the DJ, I'm the coach. Episode 88, Mafia Takeover. Top audio podcast episode of 2025, Off the Top Rope with the VDBL, episode 73.
All right. Okay. So what are we going to go ahead and talk about next here? I think it's probably in the petty segment, right? Mm-hmm. So let's go. Let's jump right in. Let's jump right into the petty segment. Oh my goodness! Now, this is where there's a lot of people that have been on the show, and I'm watching some of the episodes as I've been editing, and a lot of the men, they always be like, we tell them there's a petty segment, and as soon as we get live, man, live will be like, oh, well, sure, man, I really don't get petty. Petty is like petty is a female thing and all this. And then, of course, 5 minutes later, man, they spend the next 5 minutes getting petty. But, man, but I feel that. Let me ask you something. BossLady, do you think the act of being petty, is that something that just screams femininity? Is that a female trait? Do you think
traditionally it does, yeah. But realistically, because men are not going to own it, yeah, men are a lot more petty than women.
Hey, man, check out 50 Cent.
Not more than, but definitely petty, for sure.
Yeah, check out 50 Cent. Hey,
he's the king petty. He got your crown, for real.
Hey, man, y'all have no idea the stuff that 50 Cent's doing. Trust and believe. If I had the enough of a bank account to be truly my full form, you know what I'm saying, y'all would really, really get it. But right now, I have to just kind of, pick and choose my battles because, I still got to work. Like a lot of y'all out there got to work. You ever see those memes where they talking about, hey, nobody talks about how tough it is to go from this to this, and they're like, first they're on the stage rapping, and then next thing they're like, they're showing them at their job, like packing stuff and all somber music or whatever. I'm just like, man, that's pretty much all of us out here. So I can't truly be in my full hating petty form. I can't truly do that, but I do see and receive that. So trust and believe. I still have a lot of pettiness in 2026, but maybe we'll dial it back, and we'll let, some of the people that are naturally petty go ahead and do their thing. You're right. See, hey, was that petty enough right there?
Yeah, that was naturally petty.
Yeah.
Like I said,
naturally. Now, of course, I probably have to hold the show. Unless, BossLady, you got something petty you want to bring? Because, I do got some words. And, you can take it as petty if you want. But a lot of times it's just real talk. So, yeah, I edited myself there. Real talk.
Petty. Can we talk about petty healthcare?
All right, yeah, let's talk about healthcare. Let's talk about healthcare.
So one of the reasons for the shutdown is that the Democrats wanted to have the healthcare to have a longer contract with the healthcare, and the Republicans definitely wanted to, cut it out. And I feel like that's super petty because now it's leaving people paying double.
Really?
It's paying a little more than double.
So what? We're talking about the Affordable Care Act? Is that what's going on? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, that to me was petty. Like, you would rather them not pay. You want them to pay double than to say, okay, well, let's just come to the table and figure out something just to be able to boot this out.
So they actually ended it. Is that what happened? Oh my gosh. See, yeah, I've been so focused on other stuff. I'm sitting up here, I'm kind of looking at it right now. So yeah, we are going to ready to pay a hell of a lot more for healthcare.
Absolutely.
Oh, and wow.
I feel like that's just trash. That's absolutely trash. But
oh wow. See, yeah, man, Republicans didn't like that. Now, why was that? Is it because the notion that everybody else's bill has gone up to help pay for this? Is that what it is?
No, I think they were saying that they want to force individual people to get their own insurance. That's what I understood from it. Is you want to be able to force them to go out instead of paying double plus, go out and find more affordable for yourself. And I'm like, how does that work?
Wow, man.
How does that work? That's crazy to me. So I think that's super petty, and you leaving a lot of people vulnerable.
Yeah, they say among racial groups, Black, non-Hispanic people are projected to see the largest increase in uninsurance rates, with white, non-Hispanic people following closely behind at 25%. Wow.
Yep. So that shutdown, I was still rooting for the shutdown to stay shut down because I'm like, no, that's what we lost. Because we wanted to bring people back to work, we lost the Affordable Care Act.
All right. And so so the Democrats caved to go ahead and stop the shutdown.
Because it was bleeding on both ends, it looks like. Because if you didn't stop the shutdown, then people were going to lose. And then if you did stop it for the sake of the people who were losing, then you're going to lose the health care.
Yeah, because I mean, government officials weren't being paid. I guess what a lot of you'd be surprised, and like I was surprised at just how much the government is just into a lot of our day to day business. You know what I mean?
That should be changed. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, for real. I mean, they're talking about a lot of stuff. I mean, I think I was heading out on a cruise. And, there was just concern about a lot of things. I mean, the concern about, hey, is your flight even going to take off on time? Is it going to be there? You know what I mean? Do you have an air traffic controller that's going to be there? Like people were not being paid, And then Trump, of course, is getting on there blasting. It's like, how dare you not work for free? How dare you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Yeah, he was petty about that too. I mean, that's why I don't think pettiness is always, a female trait. Because look at our president. Our president is one of the pettiest presidents we have ever had.
He got 50 beat for
pettiest
sure.
president. It's like, oh, for those of you who went ahead and worked without pay, we're gonna throw bonuses and stuff. I was like, okay, damn. I have to pay for those bonuses. I bet probably. You know what I'm saying?
Money, he's finding money.
Yeah, he's definitely finding money. You know what I mean? And no more pennies. I don't think we're even going to talk about no more pennies. But wow, man, damn. So we lost the Affordable Care Act, man. And there's a lot of people in red hats that are cheering all over the country.
Well, no, a lot of them are looking for health care. Quietly, they shot themselves in the foot again, which I don't understand.
They're both happy because they don't know, man. I mean, this is kind of like, man, it's like, man, certain groups, man, just grab hold of your emotions and your deep, dark inner wishes, and they go for that, and then they don't even look and see the stuff that's being taken care of. It's like you're benefiting most off of that,
Yeah, certain groups do that, don't they?
Right.
Wild.
Yeah. That is wild. So that is pettiness, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. We got another election cycle. We'll see how many people vote to try and bring back better health care. Who knows?
Yeah, I cannot wait. The fallout is good. I cannot wait to see how this next election cycle is going to go.
I'm employed, so I mean, I'm not on Medicaid or anything like that. But it's going to suck. I mean, I'm gonna have to go rob somebody's, healthcare. I lose this job. You're like, look, hey man, I'm sorry, man, but give me your medical card.
That's it. Stick them up.
You got medical card.
Hey,
hey, shoot. Oh my goodness. Hey man, what I want to get petty about though Well, I want to get petty.
What you got?
I mean, I just want to get petty about, man, all y'all people, man, that really want to try and get on this show. Like, look, man, let me just go ahead and talk to y'all real quick. You know,
what you got,
man? First and foremost, you know, there is no win-win for somebody that's a small time on whatever field that you are to be on my show, to be on our show. Excuse me. There is no win-win. You know, so any notion that you contact me and try to pitch to me that is a victory for both of us, that I go ahead and have your person on our show for free, is ludicrous. It is ludicrous. You can't make that argument. And I best believe if it was worth it for you to be on our show for free, I would already know. There would be no reason for any research. As soon as you hit me up, it'd be like, yep, all right, let's go ahead, let's set it up. You know, and there are some people out there like, well, I'm going to be hitting y'all up, man. There's some people out there that I definitely want to bring on the show. And man, we can just, do it on the love, you know what I mean? But you guys just don't understand what I have to do after we get done here. First and foremost, a lot of stuff I can do from home, but for you to be in this wonderful establishment that the boss lady has, I got to get up and drive anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes from where I live to get here, Yeah. The boss lady just seemingly teleports here. So I don't know, man. I'm not going to give her a location, but she don't have to drive as much as I do.
Teleport.
But at the same time, we're taking her time as well. You know what I'm saying? The boss lady could be bossing, doing things that she wants to boss about. And we're taking her time to be here to go ahead and do this stuff for you. You know what I mean? So we have to charge because, one, you're not going to respect our time if we don't have a charge. That's one thing that the boss lady taught me. You know what I mean? Just kind of like, for real. I mean, every step of the way, I was just kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to charge. And then y'all do something, y'all make her right, and then next thing you know, we're charging. You like that? Is that petty enough? Is that petty enough? So we have to charge at least a deposit to respect our time. You know what I mean? A non-refundable portion, so that when you make an appointment with us and for some reason life happens, the rapture comes down, you know what I'm saying? Lava starts spilling up from the ground, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and do what you need to do to keep your family safe. And then your non-refundable deposit is safely in our hands to compensate us for our time, because we're looking outside and it's, sunny. The world is not ended. So, hey, so we don't know what's happening in your world, and that's okay. We're not here. We're not trying to be petty about that, but that's what it is. But the thing about it is, Tierra, I'm getting people in our inbox. We have not advertised booking. When you see this, probably March 2026, maybe. You know what I'm saying? We might open up booking again. But people are really coming to me asking me, you know what I'm saying, what does it take to be on my show? I tell them the price. And in fact, I just jump right to the price at this point. I don't tell them nothing else. Hey, this is the price. If you want something else,
step one, the price. You
want to know something else, holler at me. You know what I'm saying? If the price is too much, all right, God bless you. Man, one MFer, you know what I'm saying, after reaching out to me, unsolicited, I'm trying to get things done. This is unsolicited. You're reaching out to me, cool. I answer the questions respectfully. I tell you this is what the price is, yada, 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 boom. This MFer wants to screenshot my pages to me as if I don't already know what they are. That's the most ridiculous thing. Like, you screenshotted something to me, like, I'll look at this page every day. You don't need to screenshot this is your page, right? I don't think you should be charging for this and that. I'm just looking at you like,
as you're still on the line trying to get on the show. Excuse
me. Okay. Like, you reached out to me. I didn't reach out to you. I didn't advertise nothing. I'm up here working, and I have to stop my work to respond to your ass. Because you reached out to me. You're not happy with what you see. Now, hey, when you hear a price that you don't like, go and move on. I guarantee you. The reason why I charge what I charge is because almost everybody else is charging about the same thing. So I just want to let y'all know that. Everybody else is charging about the same. We're not the most expensive. In fact, we're on the lower end. All right? We're on the lower end. So just so y'all know, and if somebody does bring you on your show on their show for free, There's a reason for that.
Okay.
There's a reason for that. There's a reason why it's free.
And have a free deep dive for the free. If that's what you're looking for, go for free.
Right. Hey.
No problem with that.
No
this
problem with that.
Though.
Right. And you ain't got to involve me. You ain't got to tell me about it. It's like, that's the thing that pissed me off. Like, I knew that the price that I charge may be something that other people will go ahead and search other options. That's okay. That's the purpose of it.
Exactly.
You know, but it's not for you to just be like, come to me and try and talk me down and make me feel like I ain't worth it. Like, let me tell you, I'm going to give y'all a rundown and we can go ahead and end this segment. You know what I'm saying? It may take anywhere from 4 to 5 hours on a recording day, depending on how many episodes we do. Then I got to unpack, take all this equipment that you see here home. You know, maybe I don't always have to take this home. I'll talk to the boss lady. But yeah, but in most cases, I got to take all this home, right? They got to unpack. I got to unload the audio. I got to unload the video. Then I got to go ahead and proof everything. I got to match the video up with the audio. You know, then I got to go ahead and I got to put the whole episode together. I got to put graphics on it. I got to put sound and stuff on it. I got to do all of that while I work another full-time job. Okay? Well, and I do that myself. I have no assistants. And so I do all of that. And then whenever we're done, most of the time you come out with an hour-long YouTube video. You're coming out with maybe 10 to 12, you know what I'm saying, reels across 4 different platforms. You got an audio podcast that's out there. You want me to do all that for free? Then who are you? Are you Jay-Z? Are you Nicki Minaj? You know what I'm saying? Are you any one of those names? Are you Tyler, the Creator? Are you Cardi B? You know what I'm saying? Are you Michelle Obama? You know what I'm saying? Are you Lynn Whitfield? You know what I'm saying? Are you Angela Bassett? Are you any one of these names? If you're not, then no, I'm not doing that. If Angela Bassett came on this show, yes, best believe it would be free and I would be happy to spend every night, you know what I'm saying, into the wee hours of night making sure that episode is wah. You know what I'm saying?
I would actually like that myself.
You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe.
However, I would have never went through that whole spiel. I would have just been like, the price is the price and hung up the phone. So that's how we handle 2 different things, because I'm telling you, I'm not about to go back and forth.
And furthermore, don't worry about the numbers on our page. What happens is, just for y'all guys know, what happens is the work that we do, it goes off on the artist page, right? The artists, they all call and they come back and they tell me, it's like, hey, my people love the clips. They love, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that we're talking about, the different interview styles, the different questions they're not used to hearing from me. They love that. It's like, but a lot of them say, hey, they feel like a star. And that doesn't necessarily mean from our page. And it makes sense because we're doing an interview on them. Their fan base is the one that's coming in liking the stuff. And if their fan base wants to follow us on our YouTube page in order to see more from us, cool. But what we're doing is for your artist. It's for your person that you represent. It's for you. If this is the person that and you're going to see the impact in your area. You're going to see the impact on your pages. You're going to see the impact in your business. Not looking on whether or not you got a bunch of views on our page. Make it make sense. Mm-hmm. Make it make sense. And do your research before you shouldn't be screenshotting me nothing. You should already know what time it is before you reach out to me or any other business. Like, the days of me trying to go through a whole pitch and spiel is done. Google us. Wolves of Naptown Podcast. Google us. You can find everything that you need to know about us. There's no need for me to explain nothing anymore.
That was my point.
Hey.
100%. 100%.
So you got anything else you want to be petty about?
Not at all. You handled that petty segment real petty-like. Real petty-like.
All right. We're going to go ahead and just take a moment here as we get ready for, you know what I'm saying, our last question for this particular episode. We're going to go ahead and show you some more of the Wolves of Naptown best and winners of 2025. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
Best Interviewer 2025, Darnell Marquis, Episode 65, Breaking Free. Best Guest DJ 2025, DJ Dejan, Episode 75, King to a God.
All right, we're back. I just want to keep clapping.
Give it up.
Oh my goodness. All right. So if you made it this far, you know what I'm saying, that towards the end of this particular episode, we're going to go ahead and reveal who our performer of the 2025 season of the Wolves of Naptown is. But before we get into that, man, let's talk about something else here. You know, maybe I might come up with a question here out of this. Now, before the pre-show, we were talking about 50 Cent, right? One of the most pettiest individuals, right?
Good old 50.
50. Hey, man, 50 Cent, baby. Hey, you know, just so you know, 50 Cent, his jersey is in the rafters in my home. You know, and it's not for being petty. Well, I guess it's a little bit of pettiness in it. You know, I was somebody who was getting ready to leave the hip hop genre because of Ja Rule. I did not like Ja Rule. I hated the songs. I hated the singing. So, what did you do with my baby? What did you do about all that, man?
You extending this petty.
Hey, for real. We're not in petty. We talk about 50 Cent right now, man. But, hey, man, I was just, for the first time in my life, I was turning the radio, right? Not streaming, turning the radio station. Okay. You know what I mean? Away from that. You know, away from hip hop, because every other song, it was either Ja Rule's song, it was either Shantae with heavy Ja Rule, or maybe in a song that Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying, wrote for somebody, but they never decided to take the lyrics and stuff off of it. So it's Ja Rule was still in the songs. I just kept hearing Ja Rule until this man, 50 Cent, stepped in. Get Rich or Die Trying, man, that just pretty much killed Ja Rule. Now, Ja Rule was out there, you know, but you're not really going to hear any music from him because, 50 didn't put it down.
What?
Yes. What do you understand about that? That Get Rich or Die Trying was a big Ja Rule diss. It was a huge Ja Rule diss. Straight up. That was an album. It was, you know, It's Your Birthday, that song, you know what I'm saying? It was that, and then dissing Ja Rule. Bravo. That was a great classic album. Oh my goodness. But hey, why are we talking about 50 Cent right now? Right. So 50 Cent's got this documentary out, right? Sean Combs' The Reckoning. Hey. Something else you need to know about me is that I'm definitely not a Puffy fan since day one. In fact, I have no idea. I could see it from day one, back in the 90s. I could see that this was a jackass, jerk. I didn't know how evil he was. I didn't know all the, you know what I'm saying, licks and crannies and stuff he was doing, but I could look, you know how sometimes you can look at somebody like, nah, I don't want to fuck with him.
I never even gave him to look. I don't know anything about Sean Combs. So sorry. That's all right. You know the music. You know, I know the music. None of his backstory. I don't have a clue. All of that stuff. And so just to give you a quick rundown of this documentary that 50, because 50 was a cold piece. He waited until the trial was over. He waited until the verdict was handed down. He waited till everything died down. Till all these people were ready to be like, get Puffy out of jail. He's already been in jail for a year, and you know he got you know saying acquitted of all the major stuff. He all he did was just bought some men. He just bought some men and transferred over so they can nut on him. You know what I'm saying? Get him out of jail. He's just a freak. And he still got to serve like 50 months. You know, so I don't know, was that like about 4 years? Something like that. I don't know. Whatever. But now 50 done dropped that documentary, and I'll just give you a summary of it. Like, the documentary is a hit piece. It is, but I love it. It reinforces the mindset of Sean Puffy Combs, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's video that Puffy was taking before he had to turn himself in. Like, he was filming all this, like he was going to win, and this was going to be a big documentary of what he had to do in order to beat this case. Mm-hmm. So there's film of him talking to the lawyers. It's film of him actually saying on camera, it's like, we need to get a social media campaign out there. We need to start swaying the people's opinions of me, like all this stuff. I mean, it was like a presidential campaign this dude was running. Like, it is for real. And how did 50 get all this?
because Puffy don't want to pay anybody. So all this video, Puffy didn't pay for it. So they was like, oh, 50, like, yeah, I'll buy that from you. Yeah, sure. So that's how we got all this video. It's literally, it starts off with Puffy in a hotel room talking to his lawyers, getting ready to turn himself in, and he's giving his lawyers the business like, man, you need to get out here, man. You need to, make sure that you get on TikTok, get on Instagram, find out where people really are, and make sure that they know that I'm innocent, man. Change the public perception of me. Like, it was deep here. It was deep. Go watch it. Yeah, it's interesting. It's worth the watch. In the documentary, essentially 50 Cent's team, blames, pretty much says that Puffy was behind the hit on Tupac. Like, Puffy had pretty much was going to pay Keefe D, who's right now sitting in custody for the murder of Tupac. He was paying Keefe D $1 million to do a hit on Tupac. And it was all jealousy based, because apparently Tupac and Biggie were friends, and Biggie was, going to Tupac for advice. And Puffy was jealous of that. He was just like, why are you going to this person who's, pretty much going to be my op? Why are you going to him? It's like, no. We need to get rid of Puffy because Biggie needs to stay with me. And then when Biggie tried to leave, then all of a sudden, Biggie's now gone.
You mean get rid of Tupac?
I'm talking about Biggie too.
Okay.
All right. So pretty much, so I'm not losing you here. 50 is blaming Puffy for setting up Tupac's murder. Yes. He's blaming Puffy for setting up Biggie's murder. He's blaming Puffy for the murder of Kim Porter. Because how Kim Porter just mysteriously drowned in the pool, like in their home or something like that. Yeah. There's even in there, the late wife of Craig Mack is blaming Puffy for his husband's demise. Because it was like, they're saying that Craig Mack was healthy, and then he ended up this last time going to see Puffy, trying to get back on Bad Boy. It was like all of a sudden he comes back and now he has HIV. And it was just like, he's married, he's like pretty much a square, at least pretty much like his wife tell it, a square, like he really don't do much but just go in and rap and then come home to his family. And now all of a sudden he's got HIV, and it's like they're all saying that Puff is behind all of this.
Really?
They got some of the people that were in those making the band groups telling their story about waking up feeling like they were violated. There was one girl that was part of Danity Kane. They interviewed her. It was one of the white women that were part of Danity Kane. And there was somebody else that was trying to sue Puffy. And in their lawsuit, they indicated that they walked in a room, and they walked in on the white woman who's a part of the group, pretty much in some daze and a stupor, while somebody, I guess Puffy, was hitting her from behind, and another person had their penis in her mouth.
Really?
And she's reading this, and she's like, I don't remember. She said she doesn't remember any of this. And she's like, she doesn't want to remember that. But she was just like, but this person, went in there on their trial. This is not even her trial. It was on their trial, and said this is what they saw. And it was very graphic about it. And she was just horrified at that happened. And the reason why she said that, because said Diddy was trying to get her to have sex with
all
him.
This stuff.
Sending her pictures of his penis and all this, and like, hey, this is what I'm doing if you want to join in and all that. And she was like, no, every time we hear her tell it. She was just trying to, be in this group, trying to make it. And then just to find out that they just said F it, drugged her, you know what I'm saying? And just did whatever. She was just kind of like, because she feels like she made it out there. She felt like that she was fired because, and this is all in the documentary, she felt like she was fired because she wasn't having sex with Sean.
Oh, okay.
And so to hear that, to find out, oh, they did it anyway, and it was just kind of like, wow.
Because the whole time, she just didn't know. She kind of suspected, felt something different, but didn't know. Compromising position.
Until she was made aware of that, she said that thing was completely out. Like, she had no idea she was even in that situation at all. She was like reading that statement that one of the people that was suing, one of the 77 people that are suing Puffy, reading that statement saying that they saw her in that position. She was just like, they must have gave her something, because she remembers none of that. None of that. Now, how horrified would you be to hear somebody saying that you were in some wild position like that, and you're thinking back and you're like, man, I don't remember none of that. I don't even remember even how a scenario where I was even in a position to have that happen. That's crazy. That's crazy. So why am I saying all of this, right? Because I want to know just how petty is too petty. The whole reason that 50 Cent is doing this hit piece is because, you know, Diddy has a thing for dating the women of people he considers his ops, people, you know, his opposition. And so that's what happened. I mean, the 50 Cent's most recent baby mother, Daphne Joy, you know, the mother of his youngest son, you know, essentially left 50 and hooked up with Puff. You know, to try and, left 50, hooked up with Puff. And you all know by now the type of stuff that Puff was on. So Daphne Joy was doing a lot of that same stuff that, you know, that Cassie was doing, like all that super wild, crazy, freaky stuff, you know.
Is this allegedly or is...
No, it's in there. Okay. I mean, it's in there. Okay. Yeah, they don't say her name. Yeah, she's listed as Jane Doe, but everybody knows that they're talking about 50 Cent's babies. You know, baby mama. Yeah. And so 50 Cent, you know, he's embarrassed like any person would. Just like, man, your baby mama is out there laying it out, man, being, you know, fucked in every hole at the command of some jackass, you know. I mean, yeah, he feels a certain type of way. And so he came out with this hit piece, and it's beautiful. I'm gonna clap it up again. But now there's a lot of people with the Oprah Winfrey then came out, you know, Tyler Perry then came out, you know, and even Marlon Wayans and some other people is like, man, why are you doing this? You're once again, you're another brother tearing down another successful brother. That's how they pitch it. You know, you shouldn't do this. So it's like, why are you doing this? Like, you're just being petty. Like, he's already convicted. Like, why are you doing this smear campaign? First of all, and you can chime in at any point in time, but first of all, hey, man, F you, like, for real. Like, F you. Like, you can't tell me, you know what I'm saying, you could go out there and do all these movies about black people being in whips and chains and stuff like that, you know, trying to, you know, profit off of the suffering of our heritage and all that stuff. You got all these movies out there that say that black men ain't shit, you know, black men are cheating on women left and right, this, that, and the other, you know, but 50 Cent can't do a piece that is essentially, if you listen to it, it isn't like, other than implying the murders, a lot of this is people that are telling their story. A lot of this is people that have told their story to the government. You know what I mean? And it's very careful. At the end of every episode, they're just like, hey, he was tried. He was found innocent of this. He was found guilty of this. He was currently serving this amount of time. We asked his team for comment and we didn't get any back. I mean, he's very smart about it. He's very smart. But I guess I say all of this to say, one, do you have any comment on what's happening? And two, my question would be, is how petty is too petty? If somebody wronged you, you know, would you go as far as 50 Cent to get your pound of flesh, to get your revenge?
I truly don't know. Like, to me, it just sounds like it needs to be said. I mean, when you break it down like you just did, and I tried to listen closely, I know it was a lot. I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel like he's just basically saying what needs to be said. Yeah. I mean, at this point, he did go through the trial or whatever, but now we're just going to put all the stuff that you didn't hear in the trial. This is what happened. These are the witnesses. This is what you should have heard. And you might not ever be able to be tried again. But at least people have witness statements or whatnot from real people who were involved. Right. Exactly. So, yeah, I don't know. Petty, yeah, like you could find better things to do. But at this point, it's like it almost needs to be said for all those people who have something to say and are going through their own trial. Who you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to hear their voice too. Yeah. And there are some people that have been interviewed in that piece that still have their trial against Sean Puffy Combs pending. You know, so I mean, they talk with Capricorn Clark, and there's somebody that gave like who actually went on the stand, you know, and gave her side of her story dealing with Puff, you know, just to find out that, because 50 Cent also interviewed some of the jurors too,
find out that her, for some reason, she was too emotional with her testimony. So they were just kind of like, did that really happen and all that,
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Even the stuff that later would be proven that was true, like the whole Kid Cudi thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the whole Capricorn Clark is involved with that because I guess Capricorn was trying to help Cassie, cheat on Diddy with Kid Cudi. Diddy found out, went and grabbed Capricorn Clark by gunpoint and said, hey, we're going to go find Kid Cudi and we're going to take him out,
Really?
Right. And so pretty much had Capricorn Clark hostage and trying to call Cassie to be like, where is he? We're at his home. He's not. Is he with you? All that type of stuff. And like, for real, like, dude.
So this is pretty deep.
This is really deep. This is all in the documentary. And this is actually part of the witness statement that she gave during the trial. This is what happened. They even talked to Kid Cudi about it too, because Kid Cudi came back to, I guess, his car on fire or burned or whatever, and as they ransacked his house, and stole a bunch of stuff and opened up, I guess Kid Cudi was like, they opened up all the gifts I had for Christmas, all that stuff, and even through everything.
That was petty.
That was some real petty shit. You know what I mean? It's just wild. It's just wild. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You think about it. Like me, obviously, yes, I could be that petty. If I had the money, the resources, and somebody did me like that, oh my goodness.
Well, man. I'm not going to lie. I just don't have a clue about any of it. I don't care enough.
Right.
But I mean, but I will say that just from listening to you, it sounds like it could be a good story. I must go and take a read. I got to go and look at it.
Netflix, go. It's interesting. I promise you. Even if you're not into it, the stuff that he talks about, and he gets right into it. The very first thing you see is Puffy before him turning himself in, talking to his lawyers, like, "Hey, man, we need to do this. We need to spin it out. Hey, man, it's good."
So I see now why it's such a big thing. But I truly. Never cared enough.
It beat Stranger Things when it came out. It came out the same time as Stranger Things, and it beat them. Like,
I have to care a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and check it out.
Even if you don't care, it's good.
Well, I have to care in order to know if it's good or not. Because I'm gonna tell you, everything that you're saying, I hear you, and I'm learning it now. I don't care. I've never cared about no Sean Combs, so I get it, and just judging by the fact that I'm not that nosy, so I wouldn't have never looked. I don't care anything about what's going on with his trial or his conviction or none of that. But 50, on the other hand, well, he's interesting. Yeah. So, I must go take a look.
Yeah. So, I guess aside from the whole 50 Cent story, because that's just really just kind of like the capsule to go ahead and put the question in there. Mm-hmm. Do you ever see yourself being so petty that you would go that far to show the world whoever your ops is, who their true demeanor is? Like, let's just say to somebody that you they just keep on screwing stuff up, either for you or talking bad stuff about you. You're just like, you know what? I'm about to go ahead and put a documentary out and send it to the family. Let everybody know exactly how BS you are. So they can watch that.
I can't see myself being that petty.
You can't see yourself being that petty.
But
even if it's financially easy, like all you have to do is just say, hey, let's make this happen. And it happened.
I mean, I just never known myself to be that petty. I can't think of a single issue or a single thing that I would just be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to plot review. Like, it's a lot of time, and I don't even know anybody who I care that much about so I don't know if I would be that petty. I'm gonna say no.
There you go.
Now, what about you? You can be that petty.
If it's somebody, because the thing about it is, it's like when you have a demeanor and you have a demeanor of someone who is trying to just be calm and just be cool and just kind of go about doing your thing. Mm-hmm. And there's certain people, not everybody, but some people, they don't like that. So they're continuously trying to push button. Let me push this button. Let me push this button. Let me see if I can get this dude out of pocket here. Mm-hmm. They push this button. Oh, I got him. There we go. We're going to keep mashing this button. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, the smart thing would be just to let it go and just to focus on your own business. But man, if you're already up, like I'm up a few M's, like 50's up a few M's, and it's your biggest ops is right there. Why not, man? Why not?
He filleted that boy.
Why not?
Right now.
Man. Hey, yeah. If you ever do watch it,
I'm gonna make it a point of my business for sure.
It's especially by the end of episode 2. if you were ever a Tupac fan, you're going to be looking at Puffy like, man, this dude sucks.
Really?
This dude sucks. Oh, yes. Let me tell you about this. I don't want to spoil it too much for you, because this is all out there. But do you know when Biggie died, right? Mm-hmm. When Biggie passed, they had this big funeral in New York for Biggie. You know what I'm saying? You remember that a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Pretty much it was just like, just imagine the street out here, 38th Street, all shut down. Mm-hmm. And you got, you know, the hearse with his, you know, right. So they did all of that. But you know what Puffy did? He put all the expenses and made it as a recoupable album expense against Biggie's album, so that Biggie's estate would have to pay for the funeral that he put together for Biggie. And so he wouldn't pay anything, essentially anything, whatever that last album Biggie came out, whatever it earned, you know, the funeral was being paid from that and not from Puffy. You know, so imagine you're Biggie's mom, you know what I'm saying, Miss Wallace, recently passed a few years ago, but you imagine Miss Wallace, you're sitting there thinking, okay, this is a very, very terrible time in my life, but Biggie, you know, my son did a lot of great things in music. There should be money that's coming in, and his kids, because he had some kids, you know, should be taken care of with this. Mm-hmm. And then you go in and you find out what this jackass Puffy done did. You know, you're talking about, this is millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. And these artists, man, they're not getting millions. The album may make millions, but you know, they get a fraction of that. Mm-hmm. You know, just imagine sitting up here thinking, this man who went up there and said, hey, I'm doing this for my best friend Biggie, and then your mom, you find out, it's like, oh, but you paid for my son's
back in. He paid for his own funeral.
Paid for his own funeral. I'm positive that Miss Wallace would have wanted something a little bit more private, a little bit more family focused than the circus that Puffy made Biggie's family pay for. Mm-hmm. That's the type of man that Puffy is. That's the type of shit.
So people need to be exposed according to 50. This is the reason why he did the whole little documentary at all, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is it really petty?
I mean, it's not petty, but people think like, man, hold on. I hate y'all seeing me do this. I'm probably gonna have y'all watch the BossLady while I lubricate those lips. Pause. But you know, what you just said is what 50 wants the world to believe. It's like, hey, I'm putting out information that you may not have known that is out there. These are all these people that didn't get their chance to say in front of a grand jury, you know, their piece. You're saying it right now. Mm-hmm. And other people is like, man, you know why you doing this, 50? Because Diddy done turned out your baby mama. You know, and they always show pictures of 50 just smiling on the beach, taking pictures of Daphne Joy, you know, say baby mama, like he's just like this, you know, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, just goofy, like I'm so happy with this girl. And now Puffy done, you know, saying have her drinking other people's bodily fluids and stuff.
Oh,
you know?
wow.
I mean, just so she can be a millionaire and all that.
Wow. Okay.
Not even taking care of 50's son. It's like while she's out here trying to be Puffy's number one, the son is over with grandmama all this time.
This is so deep.
Right.
This is crazy.
I'm telling y'all.
This is crazy.
You know, hey, that's what I got to say. I don't know. BossLady. I mean, that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot right there.
It is.
You're not going to be petty. You know what I mean? Which I don't know how much I buy that. Let me just I'm going to wait. Yeah. I'm going to ask you again when somebody pisses you off. And I will come in here and you're going to be like, man, trying to yank my dreads out, man. This MF and said this. I told him like, look, hey, man, hey.
Well, this is a pretty big extent though. Like this man is going out of his way to roll out the red carpet on this documentary. So would I go that far? I mean, I don't know. I just don't think I would. I'm going to say some stuff because that's what I do. But put it into action. Like I'm going into, all right, let me go downtown to the circle and get me a soapbox. And you know this person wrong. Like, what can I do?
Hey, man, let me be that and be like, hey, people out here in Naptown, this person right there is a jackass. Let me tell you why. Oh,
That's hilarious.
Oh my goodness! All right, you got anything else you want to say on this one, right?
Absolutely not. I do need to. I'm going to have to watch.
Yes,
I'm going to have to go watch because
Sean
right now,
Combs, The Reckoning. Sean Combs,
I'm looking
The
like,
Reckoning.
what? All of this right up under my nose? I didn't know. What? I just didn't care.
Oh my goodness! All right. Well, let me go ahead. We'll clap it up for here.
Clap it up.
Oh my goodness! All right, so what I want to do right here, you know what I'm saying, is we wrap up this particular part of the show, and then, of course, go into some of the big events, you know what I'm saying, or the big awards that we have. We're going to go ahead and talk about our last Wolves of Naptown award winner of this particular episode, 2025. I'm going to be talking about our best in-studio performer of 2025. Now, this person has had multiple shows on the Wolves of Naptown in 2025. You know, he's brought a bunch of people in to be interviewed, you know. Sometimes he oversteps his boundaries a little bit. But, you know, I mean, this dude has been really, really pushing and really, really a force. Like, he doesn't shut up. Like, you constantly see him on social media, either promoting something or doing whatever. So without further ado, our best in-studio performer of 2025 Wolves of Naptown is going to be Nikki Neptune.
All right.
Y'all already know, you know what I'm saying, Power Volume 1 dropping, 9/11. This is science. Shout out to my boy 2-3 Vibes, you know what I'm saying, my partner in this project. You know what I'm saying, we right here at the Naptown, the Wolves of Naptown podcast. Let's go. Okay, gangsters moving science. Now here's the science. Multiply before you minus. I'm a hustler at its finest. Money over violence. Keep it player, keep it private. Flavor kicking game, baby. Come and get this. I be grinding. Can't make up my damn mind where the hell I'm flying. Trying to embrace expensive taste and all this fine dining. I swear I'm in my prime and I think it's perfect timing. I be on my money shit, trying to get rich. Now I got the blueprint, cause I flipped the script. How you really making money? You ain't never take a risk. Oh, scary ass nigga, get a bag and take a hint. I'm a out of town nigga. How the fuck I'm running shit? How many niggas I'ma put on for you see I'm really it? Since 2019, swear to God that I've been lit. Now these niggas know my name valid. That shit legit. Running shit, I'm gunning shit. I make this shit look good. Gonna make you overstand it, cause it's gonna be understood. I don't need no.
All right. Yes, Nikki Neptune. Like I said, Nikki Neptune, he did, I think, episode 60 and episode, I believe, 81. I hope those numbers are right. But definitely always, every time he comes in, he's always ready to put some bars down, always ready to perform whatever song he's got, you know. So definitely we want to congratulate Nikki Neptune for always bringing the performances. And hey, I do want to go ahead and just say this, man, when y'all come in and y'all doing y'all music and stuff, yeah, we can just play your song and we can just be sitting up here just nodding. We can play your music video, which I do like the music videos, but man, perform your stuff. Like, honestly, if you perform it, I will do it up and I'll put the reels out there. You know what I mean?
100%.
All right. So that's going to wrap up this particular episode of Kingmaker. You want to go ahead and stay tuned for the next episode as we go ahead and wrap it up. We're going to have essentially our song of the year. We're going to have our business professionals. And we're also going to go ahead and have the nominees who are in our Hall of Fame for 2025, as well as our guest of the year. So stay tuned to our next episode of the Wolves of Naptown podcast.